First of all, thank you very much for having this. Without you guys, obviously, there would be no media day. So thank you for hosting this to Mater Day. And Tia, thank you very much for having us. I brought three of our leaders with us today. We're really looking forward to getting started with the season with all this rain and the fall games. We're ready to start some meaningful games. We're looking forward to a good year. We have a good mix of older guys and a good mix of younger guys coming in, so we're really excited to see what they can do. This is my 5th year at Servite. Before that, I was at Long Beach State and Fresno Pacific University.
Coach,
yes.
You have these 3 young men beside you, seniors. Talk a little bit about each of them and what they mean to you, what they mean to your program, and just talk a little bit about these guys.
Okay, Alec Rath, far right, Emmanuel Dean, Garret Guilemette, 2 seniors and a junior. Each of them have been 3 years in our program on varsity level. It's been great to see them grow up as young men. I remember Alec as a freshman, Emmanuel as a freshman, Garret as a freshman. Just to see them grow as young men is really exciting to me, not only as baseball players, and they've been really the mainstays in our program for the last 3 years in some capacity. You know, Alec was our closer for the last 2 years. Emmanuel's been a big part of the offense last year, and Garret stepped in as a freshman, 2 years ago and has done a phenomenal job for us when we needed a catcher.
Bill, you were on the college level, obviously at Long Beach State, Fresno Pacific, as you mentioned. How does the Trinity League, I mean, obviously not compare to that because we're talking big time Division I baseball with Long Beach State, but I mean, last year I think there was close to 60 Division I commits in the league itself. I mean, so it's pretty close, right? How's your take on the league as a whole, compared to as a preparation for college baseball?
Yeah, that's a good question, Les. I've always said that this is the closest thing you're going to get to college. 3 games a week, you get to see everybody's team. You're not going to run into one guy that beats you each time you play them. So you get to see everybody's complete team. So it really is like a Big West schedule that we, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3-game series, and we really enjoy that part of it. So yeah, we're getting them on the tail end, where I used to get them on the beginning end as freshmen. So it's kind of funny because I always said I wouldn't coach high school baseball or be a PE teacher, and here I am. So just be careful what you say you're not going to do. But it's been a great fun time. These guys have been great to work with. You get them a little bit earlier now. You can maybe mold them a little bit as far as some fundamental stuff, whereas in college you can still do that, but there's so many time restrictions, on what they can and can't do as far as hours go. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you get 20 a week. And you guys know, being around baseball, 20 hours a week isn't anything really when it comes to talking about full-skilled deal like hitting and fielding and all that stuff and pitching. So it's really exciting. It's been a good time for us.
Can you review your pitching plans?
I'll let you know when they show up. Yeah, just to speak a little bit about that. We have some older guys that have been in the program that haven't had a huge role, so it's now their time to step up. We have some young guys. Right now we're looking, Alec will either start or he'll relieve. We're not really sure what we're going to do. If we can, he's had the ability for the last 2 years to rebound really well, so he can pitch on a Tuesday and Tuesday, Wednesday have a day off and maybe come back on a Friday if we don't throw him too much. So if that's the role that he takes on, then somebody else will have to step up in a starter role. And right now it looks like we have a freshman that will start for us on the mound. Knowlton Clark is a senior that will start for us on the mound at the beginning of the year. But it's going to be one of those committee things. I don't think I'm going to go straight bullpen where you go one inning, one guy an inning. But we are going to need some guys to step up to take over the role that we had 5 guys last year that threw probably 95% of the innings. So lost all 3 starters to, like Les said, Division I colleges, and we had a big left-handed reliever that came up huge for us last year, and he ended up going to San Luis Obispo as well. So there's a big void there, and we're looking for somebody to step up and take over.
Which freshman is that?
Excuse me?
Which freshman?
That'll be Eric Grotus. I'm sorry, Chris Grotus. Thank you.
Rick, how tall is he?
How tall is he? 6'1". And then there's another freshman on there, Trevor Schmidt, that may see some time on the mound as well, out of the pen.
All right, Garret, you want to go ahead and start? Will you pass the mic, Coach, please?
All right. I'm Garret Guilemette. I'm a junior. I'm a catcher, and I'm committed to the University of Oregon. And I'm looking forward to the grind this year. You know, this league, it's tough. You know, it's always a grind, 3 games a week, best competition there is. And it's just the bond that the team has, especially when it's down to the last inning or two. It's awesome. I love it. I'm excited for, you know, if playoffs come. I'm excited for the first game of the season. Some new arms, some new kids from the league, and I just think we're gonna have a good year. So I'm really excited for that.
My name is Emmanuel Dean. I'm a senior at Servite High School, and I'm going to UCLA, and I'm an outfielder, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do this year. We've been practicing day in and day out, and I'm excited to get on the field with my teammates and play one last season with them at Servite High School, see what we can do.
My name is Alec Rath. I'm a senior. I'm a pitcher. I'm committed to Loyola Marymount University, and I'm looking forward to our rivalry game specifically against Mater Dei. It's always great to be able to have the competition, especially when it's one of the best against one of the best. I love it.
Alec, why don't you keep the mic and tell us a little bit about, you know, your commitment to LMU and why you chose LMU, maybe a few things about the coaching staff there, and that's going to be the same question for all you guys. Tell me why LMU is a good fit for you.
Yeah, so I went on a couple of visits to a couple D1 schools, and either it was in the middle of nowhere, which I'm a very social person, so I like to be around a lot of things, or it was just too big. I felt like I was lost, and LMU was perfect for me. It's in LA. It's a nice small campus, so I feel like I can get to know people. I loved the coaching staff. We got a lot of young guys, and Coach Gill obviously is amazing. He knows what he's doing, and really looking forward to it over there.
Yeah, I was, before I committed to UCLA, I was looking to other schools and stuff. I was actually looking out east to go see what they have out there and stuff, but UCLA was a good choice for me. I felt like it was close to home, so my mom could see me play, and I feel like I can develop as a person, as a baseball player. Then also it's also similar to Coach Gilbert's coaching, so I feel like I can improve not only as a baseball player, as a person there, and grow up and go back to LA where I lived for a couple years, so that's why.
Well, I mean, when I was in 5th and 6th grade, you know, my dream school was always University of Oregon. I don't know, something about just being in, I like the cold weather, and the whole atmosphere in Eugene is just top-notch. Ullman and Dietrich, the nicest coaches I've ever met. They're hard, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it because, I mean, that makes it fun. Horton's one of the best coaches ever in college baseball history. And, I mean, the Pac-12, you can't beat that. So, I mean, you have the pitching, you have hitting, defense, everything. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, let's keep it there, Garret. You've had an opportunity this summer, obviously, to play the underclass area code team, obviously high-level scout ball during the fall. How do you feel the Trinity League, you know, you're going on your 3rd year as a starter now. How do you feel the competition in the Trinity League, Coach Gilly's preparation? How do you feel that's prepared you for those kind of elite-level events, which you'll probably see more of this summer after the season's over?
Well, I mean, the Trinity League is, like Coach said, like Division I baseball. So when I go out and I play in those events, you know, I'm already prepared. I mean, you see some top arms, you see some top bats, and I mean, I think that just playing in those events and playing in this league is just a big benefit because I'll be ahead of most kids that play in other leagues. But you know, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it's a struggle. I mean, there'll be days you go 2 for 2, 3 for 3, and then 0 for 4, 1 for 5. And, you know, you just got to keep grinding because that's just how it is. That's how baseball is, so.
Emmanuel, could you talk a little bit about your background in baseball and how long you played and stuff?
Well, I played when I was 7 years old. I used to play football as well, but ever since I started playing sports, I started playing baseball. My mom got me into it, and she was the one that actually like taught me my swing and stuff like that in the beginning. And ever since then, I fell in love with it, and I was like, I want to play this game for as long as possible. So that's mostly what I've been doing, and grinding every single day. It's just different from other sports, especially because it's very humbling. And like, there's some days you can feel like you're on top of the world, and there's some days you can feel like you're not good or anything because of the things you go through in this game, and it just helps you stay level-headed. And this game's different from everything else. Like football, it's just a grind every single day, hitting, banging. But this is just a different type of feel to it, different type of moment when you know you're out there with your team and you're playing hard and stuff. It's just a different type of feel and atmosphere. So.
Also, when you go against Hunter Cope, who's 6'11", you're pretty tall. What is that like?
It's a little different. Dude, when he stretches out and releases the ball, it gets up on you because how far you can reach out. But it's going to be a challenge this year. See what we can do as a team and me individually. But I'm ready for it. So, because I faced him last year, so I'm looking forward to facing him again.
Yeah, Emmanuel, I've seen you guys a few times this year, and a lot of pro interest, a lot of Major League Baseball scouts out there and watching. Does that affect you, and how does it affect you? In what way are you paying? Is it something you pay attention to or not, or how do you kind of approach this season? Knowing that the potential would be drafted.
I don't try to worry about it. I try to focus on my season. I don't try to look anywhere into it or in the future about it, think about it, and give myself pressure. I just want to go out there and have fun and play with my teammates. But I've worked hard at everything I've done so far up to this point, and I'm just going to go out there and have fun and trust what I've been doing in the off-season and stuff, and just go out there and trust what I can do and trust my teammates and stuff, nothing to worry about. And you've been looking forward to this when you were a kid. You just play to have fun, and that's what it's all about. It's not about anything in the future or anything. Just you got to be worried in that present moment and what you can do to help your team win instead of worrying about yourself and going and what you can do in the future.
Gilly, staying on that topic, how do you approach that with your players, right? I mean, you've got guys that are going to Division I. Obviously, Emmanuel is very highly thought of in terms of the draft. Garret probably next year will be in that position. You've been around that with the college level.
Yeah.
What sort of, I guess, wisdom do you impart on these guys? What do you share with them based on your experiences?
Well, I was going to ask if I could comment on what Steve said. I mean, you guys have no idea what it's like to be followed around with a bunch of men staring at you. You put your helmet on, they're watching you. You put your gloves on, they're watching you. So that in itself is a little unnerving. It can be at times. I mean, now it's so much more blown up than it was, when I was younger. But to see people staring at you, whatever you do, taking fly balls, walking down the street, whatever you do, they're staring at you. So they want to see what kind of person you are. He's handled it really, really well. I mean, he's done a good job with it. It is difficult. There's no really wisdom you can tell these guys that this is how you do it. It's just you got to do it within your own personality. And what we try to teach is let's focus inside the fence and worry about what's inside the fence, not what's outside the fence. And you're only as good as your next at bat, and just go in there and compete. They're going to have their opinion of you one way or the other, and there's nothing you can do to change it except between the lines. And how you go about the game, how you approach it, your effort, your attitude, that's what they're looking for. They can look out there and see the physical ability. They want to know what kind of effort you're going to put forth, like Garret said, when you're 0 for 4, or when you're struggling. When I just saw you last night, and it was an extra inning game, and you didn't get the hit to win the game. Now you're coming back at a 3-15 game the next day. What kind of energy do you have? Are you dragging? These are the things, and this is one of the things that the Trinity League will help you with. You're playing 3 days a week. I mean, that's as close as you can get right now at this age to playing, college schedule and a pro schedule. Because they want to know how you're going to bounce back day to day. What are you going to be like for 700 plate appearances? What are you going to be like for 142 to 162 games in a professional schedule? So they want to know how you're going to respond day to day. If you come out one day and your arm's hanging, and you could play the next day and you can't get your arm back out, begin to catch, or play the outfield, what does that tell them? That you're not going to be prepared, that maybe you need some more seasoning down the road in college and to get you closer to ready to play professional baseball. So that's kind of what we talk about. Focus on what you can control, one pitch at a time. You can't take your other at-bats in the batter's box with you. There's not enough room for all those scouts and your at-bats in that batter's box. It's only a little box, so you just focus on one pitch at a time and compete. The biggest thing is we try to compete. You're going to be good one day, bad the next day, but if you can just show up and compete every day, that's the best version of yourself you can throw out there.
Alex, you said you're a social person. Can you define that? And does that mean
Do you want me to define that?
yeah.
Any of us can help.
Does that mean you're in the asylum?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so I'm a very social person. I like to meet new people, do all that. Actually, it got so bad at one point where we had to put a word count on me for how many words I could speak. Yeah, so yes, I am a part of the asylum. I'm one of the leaders. Me, 3 or 4 other guys, depending on where the game is at. We'll go out there and we'll get everybody hyped up. We'll feel the brotherhood there. That's a big thing in Servite.
So that's why you can be the closer.
Exactly.
Alec,
Do you mind? Sorry.
You're taller than me, good.
Oh, you're making it worse.
Where's Hunter? Yeah, I get it.
corner spot.
You're the
Got you. Here, stand up here. Stand up here, just don't fall.
Oh, no, don't do that.
No, it's a spinny chair, Coach.
Little jump.
One more tap. Tap it in. Tap. There you go.
Happy Gilmore.
Hey, one of the things about these guys that is exciting at a school like Servite is they support other events. I mean, you'll see them at water polo games, and not only because I make them go, but in the asylum, you'll see them front and center in the asylum, and it's really cool to see them support their brothers throughout the school, whether it be soccer, football, basketball, and some of the other sports on campus. They do a really good job, but we definitely did put a word count on him and him.
Alec, just real quick, you've obviously seen your progress here over the last couple of years, and you're lucky enough to pitch for a guy that many consider one of the best pitching coaches in our county in all of high school baseball. Talk a little bit about what sort of impact Coach Page has had on you.
Yeah, obviously one of the best guys around. I'm super grateful to be under his wing and be able to be taught by him. It's not even so much that he's super encouraging, because he's not. He's more of a do it or there's going to be consequences, and it's super motivating. It makes me want to do everything that I need to and more in order to be able to get in the game and play, because it's no fun to just sit on the bench and watch. Obviously, want to be in those tough moments. Want to be in the 3-2 count, bottom of the 7 tie ball game. That's where you want to be, and you won't get there unless he trusts you. And in order to get trust, you have to perform, and that's really what it is at Servite. It's a performance-based, amazing work ethic. Everything goes into it.
I hit up the asylum on Twitter about when they're going to be at your games. Trying to get them out there.
A lot of the baseball players are
Most of our baseball players are the ones leading it.
I'm glad to see that.